All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for another round of asynchronous learning. This will be a little bit shorter. I think it's only 7 problems. So please make sure to do it, and then anything else that is due. So I think by now there's probably 3 things that are due, like major things. Operations on real numbers and proportions. This is a review of everything we've done. And then there was operations on real numbers, and then before that was adding and subtracting. So those 3 things need to be done. All right. So obviously you can see here's the assignment. Before that will be this video. So you found it. Good job. And so we're going to just go over some examples. Now, when I looked through the quizzes we did, the biggest issue was the division. That was only 30% of you guys got the division. So that's the problem we'll do here. As a maybe fraction. Then we had a problem about the same with common denominators and multiplication. And then we'll do one example of the new stuff, the proportions. All right. All right. So with division, I don't know how you want to remember these things. Addition of fractions, you're going to need a common denominator. Same thing with subtraction, fractions, common denominator. All right, now with subtraction, all subtraction, you can do keep, change, change. I'll do that example. I'll do an example with that. All right. All right, the other set of stuff is multiplication and division. You do not need a common denominator. All right, and with division, you do keep, change, flip. Okay, so those kind of go together in a way as well. All right, so I'll leave that up there as we do these examples. The first example is division. So division, you do not need a common denominator, so we're good to go. 5/3. Let me hide the rest of this stuff. 5/3 divided by 8/1. All right, this is our example. We do not need a common denominator, but what we are going to do is keep, change, flip. All right, so 5/3 is the keep, change is the sign, and that's why I grouped up multiplication and division. They go together. They're opposites of each other, so when we change it, we're doing the opposite there. And then flip. Flip 8/1 to 1/8. And then what's nice is it's just a multiplication problem now. So division, we change to a multiplication problem. So that's kind of nice. So 5 times 1 is 5. 8 times 3 is 24. You can't reduce that. There's your answer. So division, you do not need a common denominator. Keep, change, flip in order to multiply straight across. All right. All right, second example. So when we move this, we got this one done. All right, so next example is subtraction. Subtraction, we do need a common denominator. All right, so let's do that first. So 2/8 minus 1/6. All right, so let me cover these up, make it a little less confusing for everybody. All right, first thing we need is a common denominator. Now look at these. We can't make 8 into a 6 evenly, and we can't make 6 into an 8 evenly. So we're kind of stuck at the moment. Now we could take this whole thing times 6, 6 on the top, 6 on the bottom, and this one times 8 on the top and bottom, but why don't we think about a number that's smaller, because that'd bring us up to 48. But what if we make our common denominator? So I don't think we've done an example like this where 24 is our common denominator, because we can take 6 times 4, so take both sides times 4, and then take both sides times 3 on this side. So 8 times 3 is 24, 3 times 2 is 6. You can find a common denominator that's smaller than when you multiply these times each other, then do it. Now, keep, change is something you can do with subtraction. So just like with division, we made it into multiplication. Here, you can make subtraction into addition. That's what I mean is let's keep, change. So 6 over 4. Oops, run out of room. Let me put it right here. 6, little arrow, 6 over 24 stays. We'll change the plus, and then we'll change the sign like that. You don't have to do that if you, that's just one way to do it. And then you do 6 plus -4, which would be 2 over 24. It would be positive because 6 is positive. It's bigger than the 4, which is negative. And you can reduce it then to 1 over 12. Now, you don't need to do keep, change. You do need to do keep, change, flip with division. But when it comes to subtraction, you don't necessarily need to do keep, change if you understand what's happening. And that is just 6 minus 4 on the top, and the bottom stays the same. Reduce it to 1 over 12. And that's your answer. Make sure to reduce. If you can reduce. All right. 2 more examples. So I did have a hit on the fact that you guys missed. About 60% of you got that last, something like that last example. About 60% of you got something like this. And I'm talking about the warm-up from today. The quiz is. With multiplication, now that you've done a division, multiplication should be easy. Multiply straight across. -11 times 1 is -11. 8 times 2 is 16. You can't reduce. That's that. Cool. All right, one more example then. I just erased it. It's a proportion. So 6 over 3 equals, you know what, I'm going to check. I wasn't going to check, but let me check here. Okay, got it. Sorry about that. 6 over 2 equals x over 3. All right? Cross multiplication, however you need to do it. Now, if you check 2 into 3, like if you're going to try and what are we going to multiply 2 times to get to 3, that's not really going to work. So our shortcut that we talked about doesn't really work. 6 times 3 is 18 equals 2 times x, divide by 2. So take your two numbers, multiply them together, and then divide by the open number. X will equal, oops, set up like this, x will equal 9. So those are the types of examples that are going to be on the work that you need to do. That's about it for this video. Guys, take care. Good luck with your work. Let me know if you have any questions. Stop by office hours if you need to meet. Just email me and we can meet during class time. All right?